Alright, I welcome you to this new episode of the Political Analysis program. This is Rodin Mugema, the Afro Pessimist. Good morning. We're going to see what is happening in Kenya in today's program. Let's see the state of the nation in the Republic of Kenya. President William Ruto has issued a standing warning to Generation Z or Kenyan Generation Z. He has told them that enough is enough. Stop that superiority complex. Stop what you are planning to do. Enough is enough. A day to Tuesday's planned anti-government protests, President William Ruto has issued the strongest warning yet, vowing to stop the demos and crush what he termed as tyrant of anonymous, faceless, formless, sponsored people out to plunge Kenya into anarchy. A tough-talking Ruto on Sunday said he would protect the nation, while noting that he had already given everybody a chance to air their views. I want to promise you that there will be no more protests. They are going to stop. Enough is enough, Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto said at Kipsonoi Primary School grounds. Bomet after attending a service at King African Gospel at the Church of AGC. Going forward, we will protect the country, we will protect life and property, we will also stop the rooters, the killers, mayhem and anarchy, because Kenya is a democracy and we want a peaceful, stable country. Our issues are resolved using democratic means. You want the demonstrators led by Generation Zoomers, you can call them Generation Z or Generation Zs, of dire consequences in the coming days, as he declared that it would not be business as usual. We will deal firmly and resolutely with those who are engaged in mayhem, anarchy, destroying people's property, causing the death of Kenyans, loss of property, and looting in the Republic of Kenya. He warned. A visibly frustrated Ruto listed the concessions had made to appease the demonstrators, including the withdrawal of Finance Bill 2024 and the sacking of the entire cabinet, and vowed to take them to stop further loss of lives and destruction of property. I have given a chance to everybody to say whatever they wanted to say. I cannot continue like this. The country is much more important than any group of people. We must stand together as a nation, protect the nation, and make sure Kenya is a democracy, Ruto stated. I dropped the finance bill. I called them to come to the table and talk to me. They refused and asked me to go to X. I went there, but they ran away. I have called them for talks, but they have refused or rejected, saying they are faceless and formless. I cannot continue like this. The president is warning now set the stage for a major clash between security officers and the protesters on Tuesday. The demonstrators, who have vowed to shut down and fix the nation, are demanding the resignation of Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, accusing his Kenya Kwanza regime of failing to deliver on the promises he made while seeking office in 2022 or in 2022. The latest call for demos gained in momentum hours after Ruto announced the new cabinet, including 6 members who had been fired. For example, Professor Kithure Kindiki, Interior Cabinet Minister or Secretary, Ms. Alice Wahome, Lands, Mr. Aden Duware, Minister of Defense, Mr. Davis Chirchir, Roads Minister, Mr. Soipan Toya, Environment Minister, and Mrs. Rebecca Miano, Anthony Jen, or as Anthony Jen. The protesters are demanding that the recycled nominees be dropped and new people given a chance to lead. As a country, we must never agree to replace our democracy with a dictatorship and tyrant of anonymous, faceless, formless, sponsored people who want to use violence and destruction of property and loss of lives to send our country to a state of anarchy, Ruto added. President Ruto dared those he claimed were funding the protesters to come out and give their alternative views about the country's governance. I challenge those shadowy and faceless people sponsoring and funding the violence to step forward. Let them not remain faceless, he said. In the past 1 month, more than 50 people have been killed in the deadly protests. Death blamed on Kenya police, with property worth billions of shillings destroyed. In an unprecedented move, anti-finance bill protesters on June 26 stormed Parliament, paralyzed the business, vandalized it, and raised siege on the Harrowed House for hours, sending speakers and MPs scampering for their safety. There is no place in Kenya, our country, our democracy, laws or constitution for anybody to have a free license to visit mayhem, anarchy, death, and violence on the people. We have a government to ensure our lives and property are safe and secure. We will do it. Dr. William Samoei Arap Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, added, speaking for the first time after unveiling his first batch of 11 members of cabinet secretaries there, he said the country had enough death and destruction of property, and the government would no longer take it lying down. The sponsors of the violence, he claimed, were out to cause chaos in the country and destabilize the government in the name of fighting for the democracy. At the same time, President Ruto asked the media to report irresponsibly and avoid what he termed as fueling the protests. The media should not be seen like they are encouraging the destruction of property and loss of lives. That has been happening in the country. That is irresponsible reporting. If the country burned, there will be nothing to report about and nowhere to report from, they said from the State House. His comment comes days after the press and media practitioners came under attack during and in the aftermath of the anti-government demos. On July 17th, this very year, veteran journalist Macharia Gaitho was arrested and harassed only a day after police shot and injured media. Max journalist Catherine Wangeri Wakariuki in Nakuru, while CNN photojournalist Fabian Mohel was sprayed with tear gas in Nairobi. I'm always looking forward for ways to improve our stories. Let me know what you liked and what I can improve on. This is Rodin Mugema, the Afro Pessimist. That is what is happening in Kenya. Those are some of the breaking news, the state of the nation in the Republic of Kenya. Thank you for listening. Special thanks as always goes to Mr. Hikirupa from Stockholm, Sweden. Thank you for always listening. Mr. Chivumi Najib, you will pass through what you are going through right now. Mr. Mutasha Michael, I thank you very much for always listening. Mr. Roger Sariho from Buziga, also known as Tata Jojo, thank you also for always tuning in on this program, The Political Hub Analysis. I cannot make a fatal mistake of forgetting to mention some, and in fact there are not some, there are very many anonymous listeners out there who always follow this program of The Political Hub Analysis. The Almighty God of all creation is great and exceedingly merciful. This is Rodin Mugema, the Afro Pessimist. Stay blessed. A very good morning.